Okay, this is a tip for the day. Now this is on that scissor lift. We're getting ready to wrap it up. We had one final hose here. Actually, there was one that wasn't long enough. And what I want to show you is, see this fitting here? There's some kind of, this is Parker. There's some kind of flaw in it right here. Okay, and you'd only know this if you've done a lot of hoses. This is what it's supposed to look like. I'm going to show you here. Okay, something there. So what it looks like this is pulled out. Okay, it's a manufacturing flaw, but I don't like that. That's could be like a break point there for safety reasons because this is on a lift. See the difference? Now, luckily, I had one of my guys putting it on, and then I just walked by and I saw that, and I thought that looked kind of funny. Okay, so he didn't catch it. You know, that's the first time I've seen that, something like that. So you just want to be aware of that. You know, you got to catch things like that. So we'll cut this off and put a new one on. The other thing is, when you're doing hose, and this is a problem, you want trained people on making hoses. It's a big deal. You got to have different, there's 4-wire, 2-wire. You need to they need to be trained to understand it, because you don't want to put a 2-wire fitting on a 4-wire hose and all this stuff. It doesn't bite in properly. And then the other thing is, what the best process to do is sink this in and mark this, so you know you got the hoses. Sometimes it doesn't go in all the way and it hangs up on these little teeth, and guys will crimp this when the hose is only in this far. Now it may work when you're testing it, but if it gets out on the road, that hose is going to blow off because it doesn't have enough bite on there. So hoses are a big deal. You don't want to just put anybody on that. So, you know, I showed my guy and told him about that. And like I said, I've never seen that, so he didn't catch it either. It just because I was like, what's that, you know? These are all in a box of fittings, but that's definitely a flaw in this particular fitting. So just so you see that right there, okay? It's sticking out to me. There's either a machining problem when they made it or something, but the main thing is I want you to be aware of that when you're doing this, because a lot of accidents happen in hydraulics. Hoses blowing off. And in this particular case, this is a scissor lift that's single acting, and it's gravity feed down. So if one of these hoses bust, like say this busted off and this one's right on, coming right out of the pump, say that blew off or whatever, the thing would just come down, and you know, someone gets their arm in there or whatever, you know, it could kill them or seriously injure them. So you want to be real careful about that. Hoses are a big deal. You don't just put anybody on making hoses. They need to be trained properly, and they need to understand it. Okay, we'll go into some stories that I've heard of and about hydraulics, and it's not nice, some of it. But luckily, nothing's happened really bad here in 35 years. So you got to be real conscious of that. Stand by. That was a tip for the day.